Now, Kryston have been very famous over the years for producing advanced hook link materials, but you might not have known that they also produce a fantastic range of PVA products. All their products are made in-house. First of all, they source the highest grade materials, and then it's brought in. The bags are welded, the PVA tape's chopped up, and they've made a fantastic range of products that are very popular with the people who like to use these types of bags. The solid bags isn't something I use a lot. It is something I probably should bring into my fishing a bit more, and probably will now I've got these in my armoury. Now, first of all, one of the biggest problems with solid bags, from what I've been told, is the fact that they tend to stick together. Now, the Kryston stuff has got a texture to it, which means that it just doesn't. You know, even when it gets slightly damp, you can still rub it apart, and you've got an easy to work with bag. The other problem that I've heard with a lot of the other types of solid bags is that the welds tend to split, and when you're packing these bags really tightly, you're really having to pull them about. So what they've done is they've put an extra thick weld on there, and that runs all the way up and on the bottom as well. So every seam is ultra tough, and as you can see, I am actually putting a lot of pressure onto that, and it's not ripping at all. So that's a really good point. There's 5 different sizes in the range. First of all, you've got these ones, which are the super rockets. Then you've got a super tube, nice longer one. Now obviously there's lots of different situations you might want to use a bag in, so the different shapes and sizes enables you to well, pick and choose exactly what you need. Next one down from that is the mini rockets. As you see, they're a little bit wider, which enables you to get a nice amount of pellet in there, but keep it nice and compact without it being too small. And then they've produced a extreme range one, which as you can see is a little bit thinner, so you can pack it down to a real tidy little package. And in tests, they've actually managed to get one of those out 200 yards, using it with the lead in the bottom and then packing it with very fine pellet. Lastly is the Slim Jim extreme range one. As you can see, just a little bit longer, so you can get a bit more bait in there should you wish to. I'm not going to go through how to pack a solid bag, because I'm sure you've all seen it being done a million times in the magazines and indeed on Kart TV too. Another great product in the range is the PVA tape. Now this is made out of exactly the same PVA, which has got that texture to it, so again it's not sticking to itself, and it's very easy to work with. Now there's 2 different sizes of this. One is 20mm, as you can see, nice and thick one, and then the other one is just 10mm. You get 15 metres on each of those, so plenty to be playing with. And as far as uses of PVA go, there are lots. And the first original idea I think of it was to use it for stringers. Boilies on a string, and obviously just hook that on, cast it out, and you've got a nice little pile of boilies next to your hook bait. Now there's lots of different things you can do with stringers. I know over the years we've done well using half baits. Go back to when I was young, we didn't really have PVA bags, or we certainly didn't use them. They were just sort of being brought out then, and stringers were the way forward. So again, it's another option to be doing something different from the crowd. And as you can see with this one, just chopped the baits in half before putting them on there, so it's just a different presentation again. Now another great use of them, and I think Nigel Sharp sort of heavily publicised this, I don't know whether he came out of it himself. Rather than threading a PVA bag down your hook link, if you get 3 and put them together in that little sort of tight triangle, and then thread your hook link through the middle of it and pull that down the hook link, that should sit like so. As you can see, you've got a nice little triangle of baits right around the hook link, and as that settles on the bottom, you're just going to have dunk 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 3 baits around it like that. Perfect presentation. So that's your stringers, but there's lots of other use for the PVA tape too. Some people like to tie their solid bags up with a bit of tape. That's brilliant for that. Another use, just to give you an extra little bit of peace of mind, it's fantastic for just wrapping around your hook when you're fishing in weed. A little bit of moisture on there. Stick together, and obviously the hook point is completely masked, so as it's falling through the water and settling on the bottom, it's not going to get hooked up by anything. And as you can see, the other thing that's doing there is locking the hair into place, ensuring that it can't spin round the hook during the cast. One other situation I've been using the PVA tape for recently is when I've been using an adjustable zig rig, setting it up like this, and I simply tie a loop round there, tie a little knot in it, and then hook my hook into that before casting. Now with this adjustable setup, as long as that swivel of the lead is sitting on this little plastic bit here, and that hook is hooked into the PVA, giving you this little loop there, that will not tangle, or should not tangle, should I say. I've used that a lot in the past, and I'd say 9 out of 10 times it won't tangle. And that is a really brilliant little setup that's definitely caught me a few bonus fish. A lot of people don't like to use it, they shy away from it because they've tried it in the past and it does tangle. But as I said, as long as you guarantee that that's PVA tape to there and the swivel of the lead's on there, it's not going to tangle. Lastly, with the PVA bags, they come in 2 different pack sizes. You get 50 or 60 in the bulk sizes and 25 in the standard size, depending which one you go for. So if you're looking to stock up on PVA, grab some of these. It certainly ticks all the boxes.